Hey all, Dr. Paul here, and for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all how to use my bakery financial projection model and turn it into your financial projections for your bakery. That's going to include a 12-month P&L, 5-year profit and loss statement, as well as a break-even analysis. That's going to show you how many customers you need to service daily in order to break even. And I'm going to show you a business valuation based on your projections. All of that using my bakery business plan template and financial model. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so here is my bakery financial projection model that I use in my business plan templates that I offer online as well as at the link below. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this document right here, and I'm going to start from scratch, and I'm going to show you all how to go step by step to fill in your projection or fill in this model. So you're going to have your income statement, your profit and loss for 1 year, your break even, as well as your business valuation. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up my blank one. I'm going to pull up my blank one. So here's a blank one. So let's go ahead and run through this. And I'm going to show you how really easy it is. As long as you ask the right questions. This is what I do with my clients when I go ahead and work through their business, their financial projections. All right, so for a bakery, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and estimate how many customers we're going to service in a day, the price, average customer ticket price, and also variable costs. Now, again, keep in mind, usually when I'm doing the financial models, this business has started, we're using estimates. What we need to do is we need to build the walls, we need to build the floor, we need to put the floor down, we need to put the ceiling down, we need the walls. So we're just going to put some numbers right off the top of our head, and then from there we're going to take a look at what we have, and then if we need to do research, that's done later on. So let's go ahead and say that we pick out a location and we think we're going to service 25 customers, and our bakery products, they're going to range anywhere between $5 for a chocolate chip cookie all the way up to wedding cakes that are several $100s. So we're going to estimate that our ticket price is going to be, on average, we're going to say, let's say about $15. Variable cost. Your variable cost is going to include your bakery items, your eggs, your flour, and such, as well as your packaging for your products. So we're going to call the variable cost for this. We're going to start off 35%. All right, so once we take care of that, the next thing we need to decide is how many days a week are we going to be open? Are we going to be open 5, 6, or 7? So we're going to go with 6 days a week. And once we're done with that right there, that's going to give us our revenues right here. These revenues seem a little bit low, so we're going to go ahead and double our customers to 50. And let's see here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at our salary. So for the labor, how many employees are we going to be working with in the bakery, and how much do I want to get paid? So I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to want $50,000. Is that 50,000? And then I'm going to hire a manager at 45,000. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to need $90,000. We're going to take the 50,000, add to it the 45, and then from there we're going to go ahead and so what we have is we have a number that's lost. Okay, so we have about, this is a little too big. So we've got $95,000 right here in salary. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that 95,000. We're going to divide that by 12. So that's going to give us a monthly estimate. Next thing, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at employees. Let's say we're going to have to run with 3 employees, and we're going to pay our employees $15 an hour. And so this right here, this says, are we going to have them full-time or part-time? We're going to say they're full-time, so that's 172 hours. If we want a part-time, we're going to divide that by 2. The next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and figure out our equity investment. How much are we coming out of pocket? So we're going to go ahead and come out of pocket. Let's say we've got $50,000 to throw at this. We're going to leave that loan figure alone. That loan figure is going to be what's called a plug. We're going to go ahead and we're going to figure up all of our costs, and then once we figure up our costs, we're going to back out how much we're investing, and from there we can then go ahead and calculate the loan. Let me show you how that's done. So initial business. So we're going to say we're going to go ahead and instead of, we're not going to buy it, we're going to go ahead and lease a location, and the lease, the build out for the lease is going to be, let's call it $50,000. Working capital. Working capital is how much money we need in the bank day one. And I'm going to say we're going to need about $50,000 as well day one. I mean, we don't want to run out of money. Kitchen equipment, we're going to go ahead and say this is about $35,000 in kitchen equipment. Again, I'm spitballing numbers right here based on my experience, and usually business owners are going to be able to give me some kind of ideas as well because they've been in the business as well. I've just done so many darn business plans over the course of 13 years that I'm pretty cognizant of the cost. All right, miscellaneous equipment, we're going to call that $15,000. Inventory, we're going to need some inventory. We're going to need the eggs and the flour and also the packaging material. We're going to need ink cartridges. We're going to, need all that good stuff. So we're going to go to inventory. We're going to call this $17,000. Supplies, I'm going to go with $5,000 in supplies. It's probably a little bit high. Your mop buckets, your soap, your hand soap, tissue paper, all that good stuff. Advertising. This is advertising the startup. We need to go ahead and we have to hey, everybody, we are starting our bakery. We want to get the name out there. We want the brand recognition. And we also want to start getting our social media going. So we're going to go ahead and drop a little bit of change on that. And we're going to go ahead and call that $10,000. Office equipment, we're going to need at a minimum, POS system as well as a office computer and a printer. So we're going to go ahead and call that $7,500. Again, these are just estimate numbers. Once we get the broad overview, we've got our ceiling with floors and such. Once we have all that stuff taken care of, then what we can do is go back and research some numbers that we're not sure of. Licensing, we're going to call that $1,500. Miscellaneous is going to be your security. You're going to put a security system in there. Are you going to be advertising for your to hire individuals? That could go into advertising or it can go into miscellaneous, and that's also a catch-all. So you're going to go ahead and throw in miscellaneous, just about anything you possibly think of. We're going to go with $9,000 for miscellaneous. So based on this right now, we have got $200,000 that we need to go ahead and start this up. We're throwing at it $50,000. 200,000 minus 50 is going to give us 150,000. So we're going to use our plug number right here of 150,000. This right now balances. So our startup capital is going to be 200,000 and our startup costs are going to be 100,000. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at our monthly costs. How much are we going to pay in rent? Let's go ahead and call it $2,500. And then utilities, we're going to estimate that at $500. Office expenses, we're going to call that $250. Insurance is going to be, let's call that $175. And again, we're spitballing numbers right now, but we can go ahead and go back and research that later. We're going to go ahead and say we're going to use some accounting software. We're going to call that $100 a month. So we'll call it $1,200 a year. Advertising, I'm sorry, we want to go ahead and go with $100. We keep this at $100. We want to keep everything at 100. We want to keep everything at a monthly cost. Advertising, we're just going to go ahead and go with $2,500 a month. And then other is our surprises. Being an entrepreneur is like Christmas every single day, every single month. There's always going to be a surprise, and it's always going to cost us money. All right, so we're going to go ahead and say we're going to go with $4,500 for other or miscellaneous. Next thing we need to do is we need to take care of our tax rate. Let's go ahead and go with the 22% tax rate. And a sales growth for revenue. So how much we think our revenues are going to grow annually year over year. So we're going to go with a 10% growth rate for the first year. The second year, let's call it 7%. And then 5% growth rate year after that. The next thing we're going to get into now is we're going to get into the growth rate of our cost. So how much of our costs are going to be. And inflation right now is running about 4%. So we're going to say our growth rate for cost of goods is going to be about 4%. Salary growth rate, we're going to call that 3%. And then labor growth rate, we'll call that 3% as well. Growth for advertising, we'll call that 2%. Growth for office supplies, we'll call that 2%. Utilities, we'll call that 3%. Legal, we'll call that 2%. Insurance growth, we'll call that 3%. And then 3% for other. And the next thing we need to do is we need to figure out what kind of interest rate we're going to be charged for our loan. So let's say interest rates are going to be anywhere between 8 and 12%. So we're going to just go in the middle and go with 10. Typically for a term loan for a business, from my experience, is about 10 years. So we'll go with 10 years. All right, so with that information right here, what's the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the net profit. And I'm going to ask my client or ask myself, how much money do I want to make on an annual basis in order to make this profitable for me or actually make it worth my time? And the answer typically is going to be, for the clients I recommend, is I want to see $100,000. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a look at the revenues at 243 with 133,000, and I'm going to say this is way, way, way too low. So what we need to start massaging some numbers here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at our customers. We got 50 customers, and we've got an average price right here of $15. And so our bakery, we do have a front for retail, but we do have a wholesale. So I'm thinking that I'm way underestimating the price or the average cost of a ticket. So I'm going to go ahead and jump that from $15 to, let's call it $40. Once I do that, now we're in the ballpark here. So now wait a second here. We got revenue 648,000 with a net profit of 71,000. Still $29,000 lower than I want it to be, but it's close. Next thing I'm going to go ahead and take a look at is the number of customers. Do I think we can do another number of customers about 50? Let's say we can do maybe 55. All right, so we take a look at 55. So now what we know here is we need a location that's going to go ahead and be able to service 55 customers at $40 ticket price. If that is viable at this particular location, then based on these numbers right here, revenues of 713 with a net profit here of 104,000. This is a viable deal. So with this information right here, now let me go ahead and show you the outcome of what we have. So we've got projections right here, and this is our little financial chart right here. But we've got a net profit margin of 14% for the first year, 16.7% for the second year. And then we've got a profit and loss statement right here that you can go ahead and copy and put into the Word document for the business plan. And this shows us right here that our monthly breakdown right here of month 1 through month 3, quarter 1, month 4 through 6, quarter 2, and so on. Also, what we have here is we have our annual income statement, our pro forma income statement showing, this is by year 1 through year 5, and we're showing that we're starting off at net income of 104,000, and then building from there. Now, one of the things I want y'all to take, I was going to say depreciation, but I already have that backed out, so I'm not going to worry about that. Next thing we're going to take a look at is going to be the break-even analysis. Here is the beautiful thing about the break-even analysis. This break-even analysis tells us that we need 39 customers in order to break even. If we're going to get zero profits, we need to get 39 customers in the door. And that is the absolute floor. And that's what you have to ask yourself. Will this location at this particular price at this particular price point with these costs, are we able to, at a bare minimum, every month get 39 people in the door? If that's the case, then that's your absolute floor. When you know that your floor is now going to be 39 customers and you want 55 customers. So now you've got a range of customers that you need to get. And then finally, this is going to go ahead, and the capital budgeting section is going to tell you how much the value of your cash flow. So what is your business worth based on cash flows? For this particular scenario, we've got a net present value or a business valuation of $1.4 million. So this kind of tells you that we are paying ourselves. We're still making, from a business owner's perspective, we've got our salary right in here of $50,000. We know we're getting a net profit of $104,000 as long as we can get 55 people in the door with an average price per ticket of $40. And so that's how this game works. If y'all are interested in picking up this template, go ahead and check out the link below, and let's go ahead and wrap it up.